We head back to the banning overlay. And we'll see what happens. Dragon City is the first ban. We'll see if Tripanozoma is aware of what maps. Club 5. Looking like we're going to get an official first pick, both players opting to get rid of the workshop as quickly as possible. Plaza. Maybe we won't. Maybe it's these players looking like they're, well, RockCandy sticking quite religiously to the random workshop bans. We'll see if he bans Speed City Knights, and he opts for Power Plant instead. Doesn't want to play on Power Plant. And Theme Park being the final ban, so we play Speed City. It's interesting there. And Tripanozoma, a Bronze League, coming in as the lowest, or one of the lowest rather, seeds in the tournament. And making it all the way to top 8. On the winner's side, no less. We'll see how they do against RockCandy. Haha, RockCandy sort of egging on Tripanozoma. Okay, Speed City Knights being the first pick. Off to a kind of crazy start. No items being hit yet though. Quick win from Tripanozoma. Excuse the lag, it's just because I'm typing out their names here so we can see. So Tripanozoma leading by quite a bit here. RockCandy doesn't opt to just get boost, although he does start with more boost and an item. Although a good spawn from Tripanozoma can stick around for more boost. Oh, and a mistake there by Tripanozoma gives RockCandy a quick round. We'll see if RockCandy can recover with a reverse sweep here on this map. Both players very aware of the ball that was coming their way. And RockCandy as well deliberately slowing Tripanozoma down, but Tripano returns the favour even with a rocket. And another great rocket from Tripanozoma gives Tripanozoma the first game. 1-0 to Trip. We could see an upset here. Have RockCandy being sent to losers bracket a little bit early. Seems like Rock wants to go to Casino. We'll see if RockCandy can salvage it on the official maps. We saw from the banning that this might be what he prefers. And a great rocket from RockCandy. Really creative there. Deliberately waits for Tripanozoma to come close and then bam with the rocket. And a faster strat and a trip on the way too from RockCandy. 2 pulses remove both players from the game, both on low boost, though Trip has a little bit extra. And the top route in fact. RockCandy hanging on for dear life here. Trip makes a mistake and RockCandy's back in it. And we're level again. A small mistake by Trip, but I don't think it will make a difference. RockCandy just increases its lead now. Potentially not a great pulse from RockCandy there. Using it right on the boost pads. But a better rocket, doesn't seem to have connected though. RockCandy not boxing the slopes, doesn't need it. Tripanozoma in a tough spot here, backed into a corner, no boost and no item. So RockCandy takes that one, 3-0, returns what Tripanozoma did to him on Speed City Nights. This could be a close set. Genetics, by the looks of it. I'm translating here from whatever language we're being talked to in here. Had trouble picking that for a second there, but it seems to have evened itself out. We'll see how these two players fare on genetics. This is going to be a test of consistency here, and how good grapple spam is. And we're seeing already RockCandy takes an early lead, but an ice here could force RockCandy into a tough spot. A good dodge, but not from the pulse. And another pulse on Tripanozoma. Very confident in using items even while grapple spamming. Something that only high-level players really can take advantage of. We might be seeing that Tripanozoma maybe prefers quick match most of the time, and therefore rank may not be representative of their skill, as it would be for some other players. RockCandy clearly a Platinum League player, but Tripanozoma looking like the furthest thing from Bronze League. And a good bomb there by RockCandy, subtle but very good, pushes him all the way up. He might have died otherwise. And a good recovery. He's back in the game now with a hook, although a hook might not be a great item here on genetics, given that when you use a hook you can't actually grapple spam, something that's integral to the genetics map, and a lot of random workshop to be fair. RockCandy cycling through all the items as quickly as possible. Potentially was scared of the ball hitting him there on the corner, and uses the pulse to make it go the other way. RockCandy here playing really well. Oh, but a mistake. The item kind of saved him there. It was a really good rocket, good reaction time. And cycles through the rocket, gets a pulse. Very good considering that Tripanozoma has no boost. Oh, and an interesting strat there. Causes RockCandy maybe to get another quick point. Oh, but a mistake on the grapple spam. Puts Tripanozoma back in the game. We'll see whether RockCandy can get himself back together, and a miss by Tripanozoma. Only small mistakes here, we're playing the long game for real. Oh, and a mistake on what made him so effective at the very beginning. Gives Tripanozoma the point. RockCandy gets rid of his item, but then opts for the boost right instead. Maybe it would have been smarter for him to have held on to that. We'll see whether that affects it. Anything. And a great box there. RockCandy really wasn't ready for it. And a bad item usage there from RockCandy as well. Should have sent the ice the other way, probably a mistake. Cycling through the rockets at that position seems to be something that RockCandy is comfortable with. Mistakes by Tripanozoma though, keeping RockCandy in the game despite a few, sloppy errors, I guess. And Tripanozoma forgets about his own box. RockCandy cycling through the items as quickly as possible. Whenever he's going through an item, he's definitely getting rid of the one that he already has. Needs the fresh item for more ideas, maybe. Tripanozoma gets the bait, takes the quick route. Oh, and RockCandy this time hitting the box. Tripanozoma could have capitalized with the ice, but it seems like a mechanical error. But a good ball and a great pulse keeps RockCandy in the game. We might see sudden death here in any second. RockCandy, a mechanical error again, was clearly trying to sweep down the stage, but just misses the grapple. But it doesn't matter, RockCandy takes the second point. It's a good spawn. We get an even spawn, although RockCandy takes the item and an early lead. Ooh, option selecting there by RockCandy. Tripanozoma recognises it and takes the bottom route. We've got a hook here, but as I've already explained, the hook might not be a great item to get on this map. And a bit of lag from both players. Seems as if RockCandy is having a few connection issues. Oh, more than a few connection issues. Wow. Yeah, so not great here from RockCandy connection-wise. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a laggy from Tripanozoma at the end of this game. But RockCandy takes it. So we're 2-1 here. Very even game. I guess we'll see now what happens with Tripanozoma. It seems like an SS Royale pick. Both players confident on the random workshop. Might be a mistake from Trip. We'll see how it plays out. Oh, and an interesting strategy there by Tripanozoma. Early lead. And SS Royale is one of those maps where once you have a lead, it's quite hard for you to lose the lead unless you make a mistake. Players can't often gain the lead. Oh, and RockCandy with the orange triangle, connection issues clearly happening here. We'll check the ping. We're at 300 here and 11 for Tripanozoma. We'll see how Tripanozoma handles this. RockCandy with a mistake there. Seems like the ping has smoothed out a little bit for RockCandy here. Tripanozoma cycling the hook. Clearly doesn't want it. Pulse is better. 2 points here from Tripanozoma. Oh man, I see you got slayed in the chat. I'm gonna ignore it and continue commentating anyway. We got a pulse here from Tripanozoma. RockCandy with boost, just boosts through it. Very even game. Both players missing the item. There's going to be a trip game here, maybe coming into play. And a great box there by RockCandy. Cycles through the item, gets another box. Ooh, not so good that time. But keeps the speed up. RockCandy here, unless he makes a mistake, could get the win. Quite a good choke point here. Oh! Well, I didn't mean choke point like that. But it seems like RockCandy's choked it a little bit anyway. Tripanozoma has the game really, it's his game to lose at this point. Ooh, potentially, oh, makes a lot of mistakes in a row there and gives RockCandy the first round. Alright, so again, pretty even match. RockCandy opts for the boost. Something that's not really recommended at the top level of play, because as you can see, the boost is about even, the items are about even, but Trip has the lead. See if RockCandy can salvage this. Interesting route, makes a mistake on it though, that would have paid off big time for RockCandy if he'd have made it. Oh, and waits for the rocket. He thought he was going to explode on the top of the ceiling, and that would have hit him with the blast radius. We're back to neutral though. We could see a intense round here. Neither player looking like they're very much in the lead, but both looking very consistent. A box here by Tripanozoma. Where's he going to use it? Ooh, not quite timed right. Looks like the ping maybe was an issue. And another mistake from Tripanozoma, but this time trips RockCandy, and Trip is still in it. Oh, we got a ball, and it does hit. Tripanozoma takes the lead. Really micromanaging here every aspect of the game. RockCandy set on taking this route. It seems like it's not really paying off for him though, and it could be the end of him. Barely lives. We've got Tripanozoma, and he does close it out. Tripanozoma takes it, it's 2-2. So it's RockCandy's pick. We're seeing Zoo now. Lots of officials being picked. This match is pretty important here, because it could shift the pick to RockCandy's favour. For the last map, I mean, that is. So we've got only slight differences in the route. Trip deciding to cycle his item. RockCandy didn't even go for the grapple. He knew already that it was going to be blocked by the pulse. A great prediction. We'll see whether the ice gets used. Great reactions from Tripanozoma, recognising that RockCandy was going to use it. And the dodge there as well. That might have been an intentional grapple there. RockCandy might have seen it and realised he'd gone too far for the boost. Wanted to go back. Use Trip to his advantage, maybe. And it's paid off. RockCandy takes the first round. Both players here with almost full boost. Neither opting for the top route to try and get an item with that. Just want to be in the lead. Not a great box there from RockCandy, but we'll see whether it ends up affecting the later rounds. And as I say that, not a great box, but a fantastic ball there from RockCandy takes the second round. Tripanozoma might be panicking a little bit here. The third game in a best of... Well, this is the fifth game, rather, in a best of 9. Pretty important. Could swing either way. The momentum is up for grabs. We're seeing RockCandy not stop for boost, whereas Tripper definitely did stop for boost, and might get a little bit of an advantage as a result. There's not much boost here up for grabs on the bottom part of the map. So if RockCandy makes a mistake, we could see a win here from Tripanozoma. Interesting interaction there as well. RockCandy using the box, and then Tripanozoma uses a hook, but is blocked by running into the box, sorry. We're probably coming up on sudden death here as well in a second. Although maybe it won't matter. Tripanozoma just takes himself out. That's 3-2 to RockCandy. Very even games here. We're seeing some deliberation here from Tripanozoma, and a factory pick. Trip clearly preferring the more consistent matches, the ones that will take you, you know, it's a battle of endurance rather than of speed or of item usage. And if I was to say anything, I'd say that RockCandy perhaps has the edge on the item usage, although they seem pretty even in terms of speed. I think this is probably a good pick from Tripanozoma. Has a good chance of winning if he doesn't make any huge mistakes. That being said, we could be here for a while. As I said, Factory really a battle of endurance. These rounds often take, you know, 2 minutes each to finish. Seems pretty standard here from both players, taking pretty much the same route. Oh, but a little bit of a mix-up there from Tripanozoma. RockCandy not recognising it and getting stuck. A great rocket there from Tripanozoma to close it out. Maybe not necessary, but better safe than sorry. Interesting. Tripanozoma doesn't opt for the item, doesn't want it. Just wants to get through the gate before RockCandy closes it. Ooh, and a tiny mistake there. Tripanozoma's still in it, but barely. See if RockCandy can close it out. A great dodge there from Tripanozoma there as well, recognising that if he jumped, then he would have gotten hit. Oh, tough. interesting item usage there from the rocket as well, from Tripanozoma, trying to boost himself down with the rocket explosion into the slope to try and get some extra speed. Barely worked out for him, but not in the end because RockCandy took it. No major mistakes here from either player. Seems very standard, at least for this level of play. Well, in Platinum League, at least. Tripanozoma incredibly overperforming for his rank. RockCandy, one of the best players in North America. Tripanozoma, unheard of as far as I'm concerned. A good drill to keep Trip in there. Doesn't seem to be interested in the item, Tripanozoma. You'll see RockCandy, there'll be a noticeable difference where RockCandy will always go for the item. Although a mistake there, and oh, that's an interesting interaction there as well with the items. The stun doesn't carry over in Speedrunners, so if you get hit by 2 balls and the stun from the first one hasn't ended, you'll just wake up in midair. So therefore RockCandy's still in it. A little bit of a mistake from Tripanozoma, but he recovers it. Still in the lead, but gives RockCandy a chance to live. Could have closed out the round there. Oh, and a mistake there on the item. RockCandy thought that the rocket was going to go the other way. Maybe a ping issue again. And we're here in sudden death. Oh, and a mistake from Tripanozoma again. When we went into this, I really thought that Tripanozoma was going to take the round relatively easily, but clearly RockCandy showing why he's one of the highest seeded players in this tournament. RockCandy decides to keep the hook, and as I say that, cycles the hook. You know, you hear about commentator's curse. Well, there it is. Nothing too out of the ordinary here as well. RockCandy and Trip very low on boost. Oh, and RockCandy gets hit by the ice and straight into a ball. A great chain of items by Tripanozoma. We'll see if this bot comes into play, and it does. Maybe not as effective as he'd like it to be though. RockCandy could close the game out here. And he does. That's 4-2 to RockCandy. Match point. So we'll see Tripanozoma try and take a pick. Pitfall. You know, the consistency that Tripanozoma has been showing, I'm not surprised about this pick at all. Pitfall, one of those maps that's all about conserving speed and keeping your consistency in the grapples. Oh, the ball there messes RockCandy up. And Tripanozoma takes a quick first round. Depending on how proficient RockCandy is with his grapples, we could see a quick match here. And Tripanozoma maybe starting the comeback. Obviously RockCandy on match point right now. Both players going incredibly fast. Tripanozoma jumps a little bit too early, loses a lot of speed. And a great ball from RockCandy. Could close out the match. And he does. Now I'm wondering whether Derpiculus is watching this match carefully to try and study what his next round opponent might be. Derpiculus we saw in the last match qualified against Roughbred. So Derpiculus now in winners semi-finals, waiting for an opponent who will be the winner of this set here, RockCandy versus Tripanozoma. Very creative there by RockCandy. Maybe wastes a little bit too much time, turns around to get rid of the hook, and then tries to go for the gate. Maybe he wanted to open it for the next round, realizing he couldn't quite keep up against Tripanozoma. Potentially not a great box. Wanted to probably put it on the top of the slope there from RockCandy, but it doesn't matter. Probably going to close it out. And he does. This is the last point. Match point for RockCandy. We'll see whether Tripanozoma crumbles under the pressure. Both players taking exactly the same routes. A ball there. Not sure who it was from, but not very effective nonetheless. Oh, so close from Tripanozoma. Great box, but can't capitalize on it. Makes a mistake. Oh, and a trip on the wall climb section there from Tripanozoma. Characteristic of his name, I'm sure. And then ice from RockCandy. Tripanozoma looks like he's crumbling a little bit. Could we see RockCandy move on to the semi-finals, or will we get an upset? And RockCandy moves on.